and see who's there. Now, many of you know about honeybees. You might probably know that they make honey, and you probably know that they sting. But what I really want you to think about is that honeybees are very important for pollinating our fruits and nuts and some of our vegetables. So if you like apples, if you like almonds, you have to thank honeybees, because as she gathers food, she is transferring pollen from flower to flower so that the flower can set fruit that we enjoy. So I'm going to open up a hive here and see what we can see. Most of the bees in the hive are female. So all these workers that you see here, these are the females. And depending on the season, 90 to 95% of the bees in the hive, 95 to 100% of the bees in the hive are females. So I'm just going to start here at the top. We may find some honey here, maybe we won't. So what we see here is comb that the bees have made. It's made out of wax, and you might be able to see some glistening in there. That's some honey that they're in the process of finishing. So let's go down to the more interesting parts. So the bees make the beeswax by consuming the nectar that they gather from the flowers, and nectar is sugar water. So they're going to process that sugar water into food for the babies and for into honey that they're going to use to feed on all winter. Okay, so in this frame here, what we're looking at are the cocoons, the pupa of the worker honeybees. And you don't have to be scared about bees. You can touch them. If you touch them, they'll just get out of the way. They're busy working. And if you see I don't know if you can see that right there, but that's where a bee just came out of. She just came out of her cocoon. Here's one coming out right here. Out of the way, you. Okay. See her right there? She's just kind of chewing her way out of her cocoon. And the queen lays in a very systematic pattern. So in 24 hours, all the bees that are in this cocoon will have chewed their way out. Here's another one just starting over here. She's just starting to cut away the cocoon to come out. So all these that we're seeing here are females. I'm hoping that we can see the queen. The queen is the mother of all these bees. So we'll take a quick glance at every frame to see if we see the queen. And I'm also looking to see if we see any males. The males only are tolerated in the hive during the summer, and in a while they will be kicked out. So here what we see, out of the way ladies, what we see here, this is honey. You notice it's a different color than the pupa here, and I don't see any males, and I don't see the queen. Now bees have rules, and one of their rules is how far apart these combs can be. The combs have to be exactly the right distance apart, otherwise it violates the bee's rules and neither you nor the bees will like it. So if you look here, I don't know if you can see here the glistening of the honey that is, the nectar that's being processed in the honey. Okay, keep looking for the queen. Same thing. Oh, here's a male. Good. So if we look here, you can see very big eyes. And the males have no stinger. They can't sting. And, oh, there he was flying away. Now bees have a very sophisticated language. They talk to each other, and they talk to each other in several different ways. They do a dance, which tells them where the flowers are, and that's a very interesting thing. It's called the waggle dance. But in addition, they communicate with each other via some chemicals. We can kind of think of them like odors. Here she is, hooray. So this is the queen here. She has a blue dot on her, and she is the mother of all the bees. And I put the blue dot on her, one, to make it easier to find her, but two, so I know how old she is. So blue means that this queen was born this year. And what she's doing, see her stick her head in there? She's looking for an empty place to put an egg, because that's her job. Her job is to lay hundreds and sometimes a year, even thousands of eggs in 24 hours. So she's very important. If she should get lost or killed, the bees will immediately come back over here, come on. Will immediately start to make another one, because they know she's here by the odors that she gives off. So I'm going to gently put her over here, and we'll look and see what else we see here. What I'm looking for is some of the pollen. Oh, here. See this bee right here with the yellow on her legs? She has been out to the flowers, and she has been picking up pollen, some of which she transfers from flower to flower, and some of which she brings home that's going to turn into baby food. So she's been out to the flowers, and she just came back, and now she's looking for a place to put her load, so she doesn't eat it herself. She doesn't make it into baby food herself, but she deposits it in the cells. I don't know if you can see here. Here's a cell with some yellow pollen. Can you see that? And then other bees will convert that into food for the babies. Now bees, I told you, communicate with odors, and we can use some smoke, gently blow some smoke on, and that disrupts their communication in case one of them should decide they want to sting me. These are very gentle bees, so we don't have to use any smoke, everything. Here's another one who just came back from the flowers with pollen in their back legs. and she's looking for a place to put that pollen. Because we have the hive open, she may not put it away, but because normally inside the hive is dark, so this is a little bit disrupts them. I doubt if we can see the eggs, but see if you can see. So over here, little tiny white grains, like grains of rice, those are the eggs that the queen lays, and in 3 days the eggs hatch and they turn into little white grubs. They stay in that grub stage for a few days and then they spin a cocoon.